Good morning. Thank you for joining us for our virtual celebration of integrity. I'm Hal Becker, chairman of the BBB's board of directors, and hopefully we'll be getting through COVID and we'll see you in person soon. Though we cannot meet in person, but we're close, we wanted to celebrate the great achievements of our BBB and honor some very special students, especially the 2021 Spark Award recipients, and those who also helped contribute to our mission. I want to commend our amazing staff for all the hard work they do. Their tireless work disputes, promote truth in advertising, investigate scam, protect consumers from fraud, and so much more, and just elevate our businesses and operate within what we call integrity. And integrity is everything for all of us. I'd like to thank the directors whose terms expired this past year and their expertise and their leadership. First and foremost, Andy Fiflick, who's just been an amazing chairman, and I just hope to do half the job you did, Andy, and you're just a great guy. Christian Klein, anytime anyone was called on you, you were there. The word no was never in your vocabulary. And finally, John Leaf, full disclosure, friends since 9th grade, and I have nothing nice to say about him because I know him so well. No, John, you've been a pleasure, and I'm proud not only call you my friend, but to have you on the board. I'd like to also welcome our new directors, Tondi Allen, Tori D. Coates, and David Shabil. And now I'd like to introduce my friend and our president and our leader, Sue McConnell.
Thanks, Hal. I'd like to welcome all of you and thank you for attending our virtual celebration of integrity. Next year, we'll be back at Stillwater Creek at the zoo for an in-person event. We have a lot to share with you today, but before we get started, I wanted to share some exciting research recently released by the International Association of Better Business Bureaus, our headquarters office. IABBB analyzed 2020 data provided by consumer complaints, reports submitted to BBB Scam Tracker, business profiles issued at bbb.org, media outreach, and a survey of 5,000 consumers. The research showed that BBB saved a total of $3.5 billion for consumers last year through our services and media outreach efforts. And for every dollar that a local accredited business paid in BBB fees, it ended up saving consumers an average of $17 through BBB's work. During the COVID-19 pandemic, BBB's reach grew as we provided fraud awareness through media and our outreach to area seniors, teens, military personnel, and their families. We also provided a multitude of webinars and other resources for the local business community. We appreciate the support of engaged consumers, our accredited business community, law enforcement, the media, government agencies, and more for their support of our mission and helping us reach communities across Northeast Ohio and the country. Each year, BBB's Educational Foundation conducts a Students of Integrity Scholarship Competition, made possible by the support of John Carroll's Bowler College of Business and Dominion Energy Ohio. This year's judges had the difficult task of finding the cream of the crop in dozens of exceptional essay entries. We'd like to thank these judges for their time and expertise. Cindy Seeker, Dominion Energy Ohio, John Steiger, the director of the Cleveland Federal Trade Commission office, and Bob Giacalone of John Carroll University. You'll meet our 2020 Student Scholarship finalists shortly. At this time, I'd like to introduce Erica Dilworth, our Director of Operations, to share the accomplishments of our BBB and its staff this past year.
Thank you, Sue. I would also like to recognize our operations staff for their efforts this year. Although our staff transitioned to working remotely in 2020, they didn't miss a beat. They helped businesses resolve disputes involving over $13.4 million in purchases, issued nearly 2 million business profiles on local companies, and conducted dozens of investigations on suspicious business activities. The operations staff continued to be available to those reaching out to BBB via live chat and phones on a daily basis. BBB serving Greater Cleveland adapted to the pandemic by offering virtual financial literacy workshops through BBB's Teen Smart program, and continue to alert over 600 different agencies, businesses, and housing complexes that serve older consumers with quarterly senior alerts about telemarketing fraud, grandparent scams, phony sweepstakes, and other ploys that target a vulnerable part of our community. Now I'd like to introduce Pam Manson, Director of Brand Outreach at BBB Serving Greater Cleveland, who will present our BBB Student of Integrity Scholarship finalists.
Better Business Bureau is proud to present to you this year's BBB Student of Integrity Scholarship. Each high school located within BBB's service area can nominate one junior or senior to enter the competition. This year, we had 49 entries. Entries were judged based on students' demonstrated leadership, community service, and were supported by letters of recommendation with significant weight given to the student essays. 4 students were chosen as the top winner, and each will receive a scholarship. 3 were awarded $1,000 each, and 1 has been selected to get the top award of $2,500. We have prepared a video about each of our 4 winners. They can also be found on BBB Serving Greater Cleveland's YouTube page. Today, we are excited to present to you these top scholarship winners.
I think it's important for leaders to be ethical or have integrity, because I think if you want the world to be a certain place or you want something to get done, you have to act the way that you want it to go. So I think that by being ethical or having integrity, other people will follow that. And currently, I am the historian of my NTHS at Auburn Career Center, which is the National Technical Honor Society. And I'm also the historian to the Skills USA program. Besides my clubs that I do in school, I'm also the captain of my soccer team. I also volunteer a lot through my church, so a lot of mission trips and community outreach. Some of the community work that we have done in the past, one of my favorite ones is working at the Hiram Farm. It's a farm for special needs adults. And we also are continuously involved with something called the Next Step program, which is a post-secondary foster care system, and it helps people transitioning out of the foster care system. And then last summer, I went on one of the biggest mission trips I went on, and it was definitely the most inspiring to me. I went to Logan, West Virginia, and we helped through a program for the opioid epidemic. The pandemic has definitely changed my idea of being a leader, and I guess the sense of having integrity, because I believe this is where your accountability comes in, because it is something that you can do, such as wearing a mask, just one action that you can hold yourself accountable to be able to help thousands of people. And so I feel like that idea has really helped me through the pandemic. And that's always in the back of my head when I'm doing other things, not just relating to COVID. And I'm always like, okay, what's the one thing I can do to help? Or how can my actions impact other people's actions? Because it's not always the big things. It can be the smallest thing that impacts something really huge.
I'm involved in almost every non-sport, just about. I mean, my biggest one is definitely the drama program here at Lutheran West, and I am in charge of designing and building most of those sets. My other large extracurricular, I'd say, is my work with the technology for all of our chapel services. So I'm also involved in our Honors Academy, Honor Society, Student Council, and our ambassador program, our academic challenge team. And I also think that with all these roles comes a large amount of responsibility and a large amount of trust that's given me by my peers, by my school. I think that trust is one of the most important things in the world. And I mean, trust is comprised of so many other qualities like honesty and responsibility and dependability. I try to, like I said, do the right things and work hard in what I do and show genuine dedication to all these different extracurriculars. It's just things like actually getting down and doing the dirty work that I might not necessarily have to do as like a senior leader, but that I do as well. In all honesty, I've never expected that I would be considered one of the more popular individuals. I mean, I knew I had a lot of friends. I didn't necessarily fit the mold per se of a homecoming king. To have the experience of being voted by the entire school as someone they wanted to be in a position of respect. It was just really reassuring for me because, I mean, you do certainly get the, hey, thanks for doing that from teachers and from administration, but to see that your peers really appreciate that too is a great feeling for sure. These crazy times certainly have altered my view on leadership, and I think that this whole year and a half just shows the importance of having a good team and being confident and being able to make decisions based on facts that are given to you in the moment, and just being able to adapt and survive almost anything.
In terms of being a person of integrity, I've always been taught to put others ahead of you and always do what's right or what's good above your own personal interests. Just have applied that through my schooling, throughout my sports and my work, and pretty much everything I do. Mainly involved in basketball. I played basketball for the past 3 years. I'm also part of the student advisory committee, which meet with hundreds of different students from around the district. We discuss different issues, just help influence policy. I'm part of the orchestra. I play cello, involved in an African drumming group, and I'm honored to be valedictorian. When you're finding your voice while being a leader, you're going to have many failures as well as successes, and you have to acknowledge that and you have to learn from it. You know, any failure you have can turn into a learning opportunity. And, you know, I think with that acknowledgement and that self-accountability is, you know, one of the most important parts of being a leader, because it just helps you get better. And when you get better, you can enable others to be better. I think, you know, that's the main reason why I've explored so many different things is if you want to be a leader and a person of integrity, you have to learn about other experiences in order to kind of relate yourself or, you know, put yourself in someone else's shoes. A lot of people don't realize, you know, how much power you can have just with your voice. And then other people don't realize that others don't have that power. And so that recognition is about, you know, using any kind of platform you have or any kind of privilege you have to use that voice and to use that voice to speak for those who can't. I think this past year has been one of the most important times to show integrity to people, because, you know, it's a lot going on. So standing up for what's right and using your voice, you know, you have to do it. It's really, you know, motivated me to use my platform, to use my voice when it's needed most.
I've sort of always had this understanding that true leaders are there to help others, but like this year has truly exemplified that for me. I set that example of like, I'm not just going to take action for myself, I'm going to take action for others. Most of my extracurriculars revolve around like the political realm and international relations and things of that nature. So I'm really heavily involved in Model United Nations, speech and debate, and my school's political review. I started speech and debate during my sophomore year of high school, and I've been doing international extemporaneous speaking since that time. And eventually I got the opportunity to be on the national debate team, which is the top 12 debaters from around the nation who get to represent the United States on the global stage. Another group that is sort of challenged my worldview in a different way. So I've been a part of Diversity Fellows since part of my sophomore year, but mostly during my junior and senior year. So basically you can think of Diversity Fellows as like student government, but for diversity, equity, and inclusion. And that's what really started my interest in international relations, or at least pushed it further. I think if you want to be a genuine leader, you have to be a person of integrity. And to be a person of integrity, you have to sort of show that integrity in far more than like one-on-one interactions. Like it has to be in the way you see the world. I think you definitely can't be a good leader if you don't actively listen to your followers. I think that goes without saying, but I still think that many leaders overlook this. And in turn, they're not very good leaders or even leaders at all. I think people have to realize that you aren't a leader if power is the only thing you seek. When you are a leader, you shouldn't be seeking control over people. You should be seeking to help people. And this year has definitely exemplified that for me.
Only one of these remarkable teens can walk away with our top scholarship of $2,500. And that remarkable team is Catherine Becker.
Catherine is a senior who has left a remarkable lasting impression on her peers and faculty at iSTEM Early College High School and Auburn Career Center. Her passion and motivation extends to her academic goals and led her to take intensive classes in environmental biology and microscopy to work towards her goal of becoming a vet. As her guidance counselor says, Catherine is one of those students you just wish you could keep around forever. Her passion is infectious. She is relentless in her determination. Catherine doesn't just talk the talk. She walks the walk.
I want to say thank you to you guys and thank you to my teachers at my homeschool because I know how proud they are of me. To be recognized as the top scholarship winner, I think that it just shows that my work paid off. Even if I didn't win this, I would continue, obviously, to be the person that I am. But I guess it's just nice to know that it's recognized and it could help people in the future, show how important it is. Now, more than ever, I think integrity to me is just doing what's right, even if it's harder or not the easiest path. And I guess, especially because of COVID, obviously being flexible and knowing that not everything is going to be perfect or the way that you want it, but just know that you're going to be able to do it and accomplish it. And like I said, even if it's hard, you have to know that you're going to be able to do the right thing.
We would like to thank our sponsors, John Carroll's Bowler College of Business and Dominion East Ohio, for their support of BBB's Students of Integrity Scholarship.
Congratulations again to our honorees and winners on their hard work. Next, we have Althea Young. She's the founder and owner of No Basis. No Basis is a fashion label of customizable streetwear with a storefront in Great Northern Mall and also one of our accredited businesses. No Basis was also a finalist and member of our class of 2020 Spark Award. Althea is also the chair of our newly launched BBB Junior Advisory Board. I'd like to welcome Althea to introduce our class of 2021 Spark Award winners.
Hi, my name is Althea Young. I am the owner of No Basis Co. and the chair of BBB's Junior Advisory Board. As a previous Spark finalist, I am thrilled to introduce this year's Spark Award finalist. Spark Award honors business leaders 35 and younger who demonstrate a higher level of character, generating a culture that is authentic about its mission and connects the community. BBB received entries from a wide variety of businesses. Each leader provided a video as a part of their entry. Our judges selected this year's finalists. The winner will receive a $2,000 cash prize. BBB thanks Launch House and Cleveland Jewish News for their valuable support of this award. We would like to share this year's winner. Let's take a look.
Order up!
Hi, my name is Anna Day, and I'm excited for the opportunity to be nominated for a Better Business Bureau Spark Award. I'm a 33-year-old entrepreneur from Northeast Ohio, and my husband and I opened our Clean Eats Cafe in October of 2018. Clean Eats is all about making healthy, affordable, and convenient. So we offer a rotating weekly meal plan service where our customers take their meals home and reheat them throughout the week so that they have awesome, affordable, convenient, and delicious meals ready to go all week long. Clean Eats is also a healthy restaurant and cafe, and we employ about 23 individuals. 3 important qualities in a recipient of the Spark Award that you mentioned were culture, character, and community. So as pertains to character, as an employer, I care about my people. We have an awesome team. They are like a family to me. And when it comes to culture, one of the things that we're super proud of is that over 10 of our employees have been with us over 2 years. So for us, we know the restaurant industry is typically high turnover, and we believe that speaks loudly of our culture as a small business here in Lake County. But the thing we're most excited to share about is community. We are all about community. In fact, I am the creator and director of an event called the 24 in 24, which has raised over $670,000 for children in our community battling life-threatening illnesses. The event is definitely my pride and joy. There's my tattoo of it right next to my Clean Eats tattoo. We are super proud of it, and it's a great way for me to bring my for-profit business and my not-for-profit event together. We give back to the community through this event. A lot of my employees and customers participate in the event, so it's an incredible union of a community event and our for-profit business. We are super proud of it. So that is how we, as business owners, are super involved in our community. My husband and I also just opened a Smoothie King 2 months ago, and we're currently building out our second Smoothie King. So our journey in entrepreneurship is just beginning, and we are ecstatic for the opportunity to be nominated for the Spark Award.
And I'm so excited to tell you that you are our top winner. You are our Spark Award winner for 2021. Your passion for your business, how you really represent the character, culture, and community that this award focuses on to recognize young entrepreneurs, especially in these times when having a business was not always an easy thing to do. Speech.
Oh my gosh, your face, Anna, was priceless.
Wow, thank you so much. I didn't think that was today that you decided that. So thank you.
Yeah, well, we love the element of surprise. You and your team are so deserving of this award. Every touch point of your business, the different tiers, the different businesses that you have, it's so inspiring. And the fact that you're giving back to the community, you're hiring new people, you're keeping people employed, and providing such great product and services to the community. It's just so enlightening to see.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we decided to keep the ball rolling with more businesses in March of 2020, and 2 days after we signed an agreement to do so, the whole world shut down. So it was definitely a bit panic-inducing, but we just kept moving forward. I have always been like this. Like, it's so funny. My husband framed something that we found from when I was 8 years old, and it was my first business plan. I read like an article about a tea house and gave it to wrote on a piece of paper for my mom, like $500 for tea, $500 for clothes, like total investment. It's really funny because I obviously had no idea what I didn't know anything about money at that age. It's just kind of been a really cool journey to reflect on, you know, the direction that my passions kind of pushed me, and I really love it. And it's not for everybody, but it's just really it's become very evident that this is what I was supposed to do.
It's always so inspiring to watch the entries of our young entrepreneurs for this year's Spark Award. Congratulations to this year's winner and our student scholarship winners. Before we close this virtual celebration of integrity, I'd like to extend our thanks. This event and the ability to provide services to our local marketplace and communities could not happen without the support of BBB accredited businesses. I'd also like to thank our sponsors for their support of our Students of Integrity scholarships and the other numerous outreach programs we conduct every year. This past year sure has been filled with many challenges. Thanks for sharing this time with us when we can recognize the good things that are happening in our communities and the inspiring people making those things happen.